Hey everybody, it's Chrissy, it's Wootini from GayGamer.net, here with another weekly video podcast. Remember last week how I said, come back this week to find out what I'd started playing after having finished Tomb Raider? I didn't start anything new. Sorry. Because basically, I have a couple of games that I have downloaded for free on Xbox One, and also there's some on my PS3 that I haven't even started yet. But Thief is about to come out. It doesn't come out until the 15th, which is a bit rude, or the 16th. It comes in at the halfway point of the month. So I thought, I'll just wait for that. And I did finish another game, and then I'll explain what else I was playing after. Because first I wanted to talk about Pneuma, Breath of Life. It was a free game with gold on the Xbox One last month, and I downloaded it, and I played it, and then I stopped, and then I played a little more, and then I stopped. It's a lovely first-person puzzle game. The graphics are very lovely. It's very pretty to look at, if a bit empty. It's like Myst, you know, like there's just pretty environments and nothing else, you know. The puzzles weren't like super hard. Like basically the puzzles are like, there's two kinds of puzzles in this game. There's the puzzle that's like super easy and obvious and you just go okay and you do it. And then there's the other kind of puzzle where you're like, I don't even know what I'm supposed to be doing here. Like what is even happening right now? And you end up doing like a lot of trial and error trying to figure out like, okay, what do I do here? Do I go over here? And then how do I make that move? Do I do this? Am I supposed to make this up? What? And then you basically end up going online eventually and looking up and seeing, oh, that's what I'm supposed to do, because the game just doesn't help you there. So, I mean, it was fine. I didn't pay any money for it, so yay, it was fine. I will say that in the beginning, there's voice acting that's really irritating. Like, it's this beautiful Zen, like Roman columns, and I just loved the environment and the ambient music. And this voice actor, there's this voiceover that keeps like killing the mood, because it's like trying to be wacky and like comedic, and it was kind of irritating me, and I'm just like, oh my god, shut up. But then towards the end of the game, right at the end of the climax, there's actually a twist, and all of a sudden the game takes like a complete left turn, and you're just like, oh, and it just throws a whole new light on everything, and you're just like, ooh, that's a little bit cool. I kind of liked that. So it kind of saved itself at the end there. If I had finished it last month, like in one sitting, and hadn't like gotten distracted and then come back to it just here and there for a little bit in pieces, I would say, hey, if you have an Xbox One, go download it for free and give it a try. However, it's not free anymore, so you'd have to pay for it, I think, so sorry. But if you like puzzle games, you might want to give it a try. But basically, over the past week, I've been playing my music games again. I've been playing Rock Band 4, which, you know, they sent out that update, so now, like, they've changed things with scoring and the leaderboards and whatever. I'm not so into that. I was mostly looking forward to getting my Scruff t-shirt, which I did, and now I'm wearing that, because that's super awesome. I could do with a few more items in the clothing shop, but I didn't really notice much. I just feel like the other games had way more clothing items. The other thing that they did also do this past week is Harmonix released the ability to export your Rock Band 3 songs into Rock Band 4, which adds a bunch more songs to your library, which is super awesome. And they're mostly really good songs. Like, as they were downloading, I was like, oh, I don't care about that one. That's a good song. I don't care about that. Oh, those are good songs. You know, they're mostly good, because you're getting what's on the disc, which, you know, as far as I'm, like, whenever you buy a music game on a disc, you're gonna get, like, 75% good music, and, like, 25% meh, I don't care about that song. but it's on the disc, so you get it anyway. I wish that it was free, but it's not. It's like $15 to export your songs, which is a bit annoying, but I mean, I understand, like, I'm sure it's like paying for the music licenses and stuff, but, you know, it would be nice if they were just like, well, you already own this, you can have it again for free. But alas, that only counts with the DLC. Which they still haven't fixed the Doors pack. There's a Doors pack, a 3-pack of songs that I have that every time I go to try to download it, like every couple weeks, I check again just to see, and it still tries to charge me, and I'm like, but I still love my Rock Band, although it's funny because now that they have the leaderboards, I noticed that it's like, you made a high score, here's your score, compared to your friends, you're the only one who played that song. And at first I thought, oh, well, am I just playing a song that, like, my friends haven't played? Like, it's a DLC song, and that's why they might not have downloaded it, or they might not have played it since starting Rock Band 4, because everything resets. And then I realized, when I checked on my Xbox One, I think I have, like, 2 friends who are playing Rock Band 4. So I'm like, ah, right, that's the problem. Everyone has a PS4 in this generation. That's the leading console. Because the previous generation, I had Rock Band on my Xbox 360, and everybody was playing it on the 360. Nobody was playing it on the PS3. So I had plenty of people to play with, plenty of people to compare myself with on the leaderboards. But in this generation, everyone's gone Sony, so my Xbox One, it's just me and a couple other people. Or the other possibility, because I do have a bunch of Xbox friends who are playing on the Xbox One, they're just not playing Rock Band 4, which also leads me to fear that perhaps the music games just aren't as popular as they once were, which is entirely possible. I personally love my music games. Like, I'm super upset that, like, Dance Central is pretty much done. They stopped doing the DLC for that so that they could focus on Rock Band, but now that Rock Band's out, they're still focusing on more DLC for Rock Band and getting everything fixed in the music store with the DLC, and exporting Rock Band 1 and 2 still yet to come. So they're not going to do any more Dance Central. Dance Central is dead in the water, I'm pretty sure. Which is sad, because I like it, and I would like more, you know, modern songs that are, like, new songs, but alas. But I guess I'm one of the few people who still play their music games regularly. Because the other thing I played this week was SingStar, which also had an update, which basically, like, ruined the menu. It's horrible now. Because first, they were like, hey, here's a new SingStar update, the last one of the year, and I said, oh, let me see if there's anything in this one that I might want to buy, because the last few updates, they've been once every couple of months, and they're just nothing good in them. So I went on the website, but I couldn't find the list. Like, the website wasn't working, it was, like, obnoxious. I couldn't find the current list, I could only find the last list. So I said, forget it, I'll just fire up the game and look on the list and see what's new to buy. Unfortunately, it lists everything in weird order, and I finally was able to sort it so that the newest songs were at the top of the list, but it was a bunch of demo songs, and I'm like, I don't want the demos, I want actual songs, and I had to scroll through, and then finally I found what looked like new songs, because they didn't look familiar to me, and then there was a new Steps song, so I was able to get Tragedy, which I knew I was like, well, that's new, because I don't already have it, and I would have bought it because it's Steps, so I bought that, but everything else that appeared to be new was not anything I wanted to buy, so hopefully next year we'll bring some new songs to play. I don't know. But yeah, the new menu is awful. They basically made it so it's just a single strip of songs going across the screen, and you just have to scroll right, and if you have multiple songs from the same artist, they used to put them in a box and say, you have 5 songs from this artist, and then you would click that box, and it would open up, and then you could pick which song you wanted to sing. But now they're all separate. So, like, my Kylie Minogue songs take up, like, 2 screens. It's ridiculous. And it's really just annoying, you know, like, put more on the screen so that you can scroll around and get to a song. Like, having to scroll from one end of the alphabet, even with the shortcuts, is annoying. So I'm not really sure what they were thinking with that update. It's really not the best look or feel for a menu, but what are you going to do? But yeah, that was it for this week. Played a bunch of music games. Do you guys still play music games? Am I the only one? Because I sometimes feel like it. But if you come back next week, I promise in next week's episode, I will have played Thief, because that's supposed to come out in a couple of days now, so I will have downloaded Thief and probably given it a shot. So I'll have something to say about that at least. And then I may or may not also purchase something off of this PlayStation holiday sale going on right now on the PlayStation Network, because there's yet another PlayStation Classic that I'm tempted to buy for my Vita for $1.50, because it's only $1.50. And I liked Echo Knight on my PlayStation, and I kind of am like, oh, maybe I could get that for $1.50. The problem is I buy all these games for $1 or $1.50, but then I never actually get around to playing them on my Vita. So I'm kind of wasting my money, but it's only $1 or $1.50, so I'm not wasting a lot of money at least. That's something. So I'm kind of trying to resist it, but I don't know if I'll be able to. I have no willpower. Oh well. So come back next week, and I'll talk about Thief. Bye!